There we go. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
What a day. Yeah, good. Really good. It's warm out here. It's one day we don't have thunderstorm or tornado warnings.
Ooh.
It's a good evening. How about you?
I think tornadoes are harder than hurricanes because they're not as predictable. Like with a hurricane, it's just gonna go. But with a tornado, it could be like,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I agree with you, but I feel
So,
like when I say this being very fortunate that we haven't ever had to deal with any haven't ever had to deal with any horrific tornado damage, knock wood. I feel like hurricanes, you don't get that luxury. Like you're getting hit and your property is getting messed up, or you're not getting hit. Like it either misses you or it floods your stuff.
ugh, I don't know. I live in Florida, so I know I have that whole every year. Last year was great though. We didn't have a single storm, but the year before we had two back to back. So
Yes.
it was not fun.
Gnarly.
So, but now it's all good because right now it's not the season. I mean, it's technically hurricane season,
Hmm.
but not where I am. It's usually like in September, October. So, what you been up to? How's your week?
It's been a fairly decent week. Of course, it's halfway through the week, so anything could happen. Month end. So at my job, month end is kind of gnarly. Everyone just trying to get their loans closed and get things submitted before commission dates are up or commission pay dates are up. People
Yeah.
championing for their borrowers. But otherwise good. I mean, I had only one issue today that really pulled me away from like the day to day, the transactional. So that was really nice because normally this time of the month you're pulling your hair out just trying to get people to see reason.
It's like everybody was like, I want my money.
I want what I want and I
The
want it
month bills.
now.
Just make it be the way I want it to be so I can get
Mm.
my money.
Exactly.
That's
How
how
about
it
you? Do
works.
you have a month end like hustle as well, or is it pretty consistent throughout the month in your industry?
We do, but it really only affects one department, which is like our quality control. Um, but I mean, other than like getting your expense reports done,
Not
that's
too bad.
about it. That's about it for me. But otherwise, it's just regular for me. There isn't anything that's really like month end stressful, trying to finish everything. So I'm happy about that because it's like hurry, hurry, hurry. You gotta do as many as you can. Hurry, hurry, hurry. That's all month end. That's all I think of. It's just do it, do
Yeah,
it, do it, do it, do it.
you are
So
right.
yes. So nope, not for me directly, but it does happen at my job, but it's not like for me.
Good,
So that's cool.
good. I'm glad you don't have that for you because it's not fun. You've paid your dues in that regard.
Yes, in my old industry, which is what you used to do. What you do now.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody's like, "When is it gonna do? When is it gonna be there? When is it gonna be done?" And you're just like, ugh, ugh. "Why'd you
Do
send
you,
it so late?"
yeah. Why'd you send it so late? And also, do you think I don't want that for you? I think that's my biggest thing right now that I keep asking. Like, and also, do you think I don't want that for you? I think that's my biggest thing right now that I keep asking, like, subtly asking is, do you think that we haven't tried this thing that you're asking? Like, do you think that we don't want the same thing for you? Do you think I want you to keep calling and emailing me, asking me this thing? No, I want the same things as you. Generally speaking, I want you to get this done before the end of the month so you can do your next steps. So it's always interesting to me
Want to make you
the
happy.
approach. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, because then you get paid, I get paid, we all get paid, everybody gets paid.
Yes, we like getting paid.
Yes, yes, yes. And bring me my payday. Uh,
Yes, yes,
Speaking of, oh
yes.
my gosh, I need to like see if my credit card, I need to see if my credit card can be like moved because I'm like, why is it due on the 26th when I get paid at the end of the month?
Mm,
I need to say like, can y'all change the due date? And have to, speaking of, I'm gonna have to do that. Real life problems and everything. It's like, ooh, being responsible is not fun. I
no,
don't like it.
no, it's not.
I don't like it. So it's like, ugh. But anyhow, it'll be all good. It'll
It's be
work out.
all good. So tell us about you just came off of a vacation, a little quick trip
Ugh.
vacation getaway. Tell us about it. I saw that you completed the Rainbow Challenge.
So it's interesting because so I'll start with the good things and then I'll go into the bad part because that is kind of like what I want to talk about today. Because the good is I had a nice time with my sister and my cousin. We went to Celebration Key out of Miami on Carnival. The ship was nice. Actually, didn't get to eat at all of the places that I wanted to because there wasn't enough time to do so. But that was okay. I was like, that's fine. I will eat what I can. And trust me, I ate. I even skipped my shots so I can enjoy my food for the weekend. Um, Made a lot of videos, like way too many, but that's okay because I was just having a good time. So with this particular cruise, I did not get the drink package because whenever you go on a cruise, everybody that's in the room that's over 21 or 21 and older has to get the drink package. And so we didn't want to do the drink package. So I got what they call the zero proof package. And so you can get basically any drink that's non alcoholic
Okay.
coffee, tea, juices, all that type of stuff, frozen drinks. And so they had a zero proof tequila. I didn't even know that existed. And so I like got a little zero proof margarita. It tasted just like a margarita. It was very yummy. I had but you didn't get the buzz. I was like, "Oh, what's this zero proof beer?" It was disgusting. It tasted just like beer.
Oh,
But
you.
I was like, "Oh, I'll try it." Because I was like, "Oh, maybe it's like a root beer or something."
Sure, yeah.
But no, it was not. It was a Heineken and it didn't have the alcohol. It tasted just like beer. I was like, ew. But
Yeah.
still, good experience. It was fun to try it and taste it. And but I did have alcohol drinks because I was like, I need a little something, something, get a little buzz or something because I'm on vacation on the beach. So had some drinks. It was a very quick getaway. It was literally like Miami to their little private island in the Bahamas, which technically it takes about 2 hours to get there. But we spent like a whole day out in sea. Like they literally were like driving, did like a circle to get there and going like super, super slow. Right. So I even pulled up because they have a channel where you can see the traffic pattern of the boat.
Mhm.
And it was very funny because you're just like, dude, and you're just like, yeah, this is like going in a little circle to get there. And so it was a really good time, very relaxing. However, there were some times that it was just not like relaxing. So there was one point where we were playing cards like near one of the bars. And like if people are having a good time, like people like, hey, and like being like, hey, and having a good, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life, dance to the music, sing, all of that. But there was one point where there are these kids, like teenager age, probably like 15, 14, and all of a sudden you just see them like running like around and they're where we are. And then you just hear them like yelling, and this one girl's like, I gotta beat her ass. I'm like, why? Where are your parents? Like, where are
Yeah.
they right now? Where's security to call your parents at this point? Because y'all are running, running, running. And then they got so like rambunctious that one kid like knocked over the service phone in the like on the wall, knocked it off the wall, and then ran and was like, ah. I'm like, yeah. And then um one girl like was there and was like, oh, trying to fix it. And so then like the housekeeping that was there like was like, I'll do it. I'm like, where's security? Tell them to stop, you know? And so that part was not relaxing. There are some other times a little bit like that where people just weren't really mindful of space or anything like that. And so the big thing though was that I don't know if you saw it, probably not, but if you do see it, there's a like a article going around and a video going around of 16 passengers that have been banned from Carnival for fighting. And the crazy thing is, so every time I go on a cruise, I join the little group that's about that cruise on Facebook. And on it, everybody's like cousins, being all friendly and all that type of stuff. And everybody's just like, yeah, we're having a good time. Find me where y'all at. We're gonna party over here. Da da da. Everybody's like being all friendly. And then when it's time to go, so from my perspective, the line, if you don't have a passport, you have there is a long line to get out. If you do have a passport, you literally just walk up and you just do facial recognition. Now, my boyfriend's son does not have a passport, so we have to go through the long line. We go through the long line and then we get outside. And as soon as we get outside, we see like 5 police cars like coming up. And we're like, why are there cops and all of that? Turned out there was a fight. Like as soon as we like left, there was a fight in there. And don't know what they're fighting about, but they're like fist fighting, like you're throwing, yeah, and they're like throwing punches and kicking and dragging each other on the ground. And because I saw the video, someone recorded it, of course, right? And I'm like, why are y'all fighting? You just got off of a cruise a day ago, less than 12 hours ago. Y'all were like, cousin, what's up? Having fun. And now all of a sudden you're fighting at the end of the cruise. I'm like, in my opinion, of course, something must have happened on the cruise and now they're in line or something. I don't know, somebody like, oh, I'll pay you back or something. And they're like, I'm not paying you back. And all of a sudden, I don't know. That's just my story. Because, you make up your own stories, But I'm like, y'all, really? There was just all that disrespect. And I just told my sister and my cousin, I was like, I will never do Carnival out of Miami again. Like this is the second time like I've done Carnival out of Miami and I didn't enjoy it last time.
Oh
I did
no.
twice and I was just like, I'll never do Carnival out of Miami. Not just Carnival, because I've gone out of Carnival out of Long Beach, I've gone out of Tampa, and going out of both of those ports, Carnival has been just fine. No complaints. But going out of Miami twice and it's just overcrowded and just people are just not respectful of space. And I get it. You're in a shared space, but you need to be respectful of your bubble area. And it's like people aren't really like that. And like just being on the cruise, and I get it, like when you're at the bar, you may be in somebody's space a little bit, but it's like you saw me there first, and the guy comes up and goes, who's next? You're like, me. And it's like, no, you weren't. You're lying. Like, why? People like that, it just grinds my gears, and it's like, why are you're, and I'm on vacation, so I'm like, it's not a huge deal, but or sometimes I'll be like, I was next, you know. Also once twice it actually happened. I was in line and then this guy walks in front of me. He's like, I got a reservation. I was like, so do I. Like, why do you, obviously I was waiting for the person in front of me to finish, so you cut in front of me to say I have a reservation. So do I. He goes, oh. Yeah. Yeah, and then this happened another time. Another guy did it, and he's just like, "I'm checking in." So are we. And his wife was like, "Oh, but we got a notification. So did we." Why would he just jump in front of us?
Yeah.
And then he just kept walking, and she's just like, I'm like, he needed to hear it. I'm gonna say it louder. You were rude. Like, cause I'm even if you continue on your way, you need to know that you were rude. I'm not gonna fight you though. I'm not gonna do
Right.
all that or anything, but you need to hear it. Like you're being rude. But yeah, like stuff like that bothers me. But even just on a whole nother spectrum, like with personal space, things that like really get to me, like I go to the movies a lot,
Hmm.
right? And so whenever I go to the movies, I always I pick my seat. It's okay. So if it's a movie that's not very popular, I'll pick my seat like 5 minutes before the movie starts because
Sure.
I know there's gonna be seating, but other people may come. If it's like tomorrow for Supergirl, I expect that somebody might be sitting next to me. But when there are plenty of seats, why does somebody choose a seat right next to me? I'm like, why? I dislike that so
Hmm.
much. I'm like, why? Because you have all this space and you want to sit next to me. Are you like, so then when that happens, I'll go to the ticket counter and be like, can you switch my seat, please? Because, and I go there so much that they don't even care. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, where do you want to sit? But like they knew, because it's happened more than once, and like they'll kind of like know why I'm doing it, and just be like, yeah, like, because they'll even look and be like, yeah, it's a lot of seats. Where do you want to sit? Because
Yeah.
why? Um, the other one is like when going to the bathroom. And if there's 7 stalls in the bathroom, I'm the
Oh,
only one in there. Yeah, yeah. And
yeah.
let's
Don't go
say,
right next to me.
right,
Unless you are
yes.
in my group, do not go next to me. If you're like someone that I am like traveling with and responsible for, or whatever, maybe then I can give you a pass. Cause
And
like,
that's a maybe. Because
yeah.
even then, I'm going to choose the one next to you. Like I get it if there was no toilet tissue in the stall and I'm like, I need to, or something like that. But
Mhm.
I'm like, or because this is gonna sound so weird and crazy, but sometimes like I'll peep in them real quick and be like, there's
Mhm.
toilet tissue, it's not yucky, it's okay. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna choose the one that's the very first one, the very
Mhm.
last one, the middle one, because then you have no reason to
Right.
choose the one right next to me. And people come in and I'm like, how? Especially if I choose the first one. If I choose the very first one, you should know that somebody was in there because you probably tried to choose the first one, right? Then if I choose the middle one, that one is like maybe because maybe you stopped right before. So I usually don't choose the middle one. But even then, quick little nope, somebody's in there, keep walking. The last one is usually like the stall, the bigger one and everything. So I try not to use that one, but sometimes I want to. It is what it is. And so, but that one, I'm like, if you choose the one right next to me, so I was in there because you came to the last one. Don't use the stall next to me. It bothers me so much. I know we are all going to the bathroom, but I don't need you like seeing my feet. I don't know. It's just it's a personal bubble thing. I know there's that line, but you still see the line underneath. Ah,
Well,
ah,
it's just like uh one of our viewers said the parking lots are another situation like that. Like why
ah.
park right next to you, right?
Yes.
It's
Yes, that is so true. Because even like like at work and you go and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go to my car and take a nap. And you go all the way to the back of the parking lot. I remember doing this. You go all the way to the back of the parking lot, pick that spot where nobody is, and somebody comes in person. You like, really? I'm trying to
right,
take a nap. I
right,
chose a spot. Nobody is behind next to me. What is happening right now?
right.
Like, oh, why? Like, yes, that is a really good point. Because I get it. Let's say like you're going to like the grocery store. Those are just going to be the closest ones because
Yeah.
you got groceries. You're not trying to. But if I choose the furthest spot, is it because I didn't want to be next to someone?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is, yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one. I agree. And my last one for now is I don't know if I'm getting old or what, but like so whenever I go to the gym, most of the time I go in the evening. So what I typically do is I'll go to the movies and then I'll go to the gym, and the movie's over about 9:30. I get to the gym. And so I get to the gym, and in the summertime, Planet Fitness does where kids, I think like 13 to 19, can join for free. Really good program. I'm not knocking that or anything, but I swear all these youngins come between 9 and 10 during my time where usually nobody is there. And I'm like, because I get in there and it's mostly teenagers. And I'm like, what? And it's not that they're there. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it's all of them, because I get in there and I see the guys, they trying to do the pull-ups and they like doing their weights and stuff. But there are some that let's say there's like 3 yoga balls. They'll be sitting on the yoga balls on their cell phones. I'm like, public space for working out. If you're using those yoga balls and doing some crunches, okay, great.
Sure.
But you're taking up space, and I'm like, I could be using that space right now. I could be using that yoga ball to actually work out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my goodness. Going in there, and like last night, for example, I was doing my sets on my weights, and all of a sudden these kids, I just hear, and I'm like, noise canceling headphones are not working right now. I'm like, why are y'all so loud? Again, I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or what, but why? I'm like, why? Why are you?
It's
Why
funny.
are they doing that?
I just watched another content creator who had a theory about this, and basically their theory was this upcoming generation. I mean, they're kind of the COVID generation, right? They learned what was right and wrong during the time of COVID, where everyone was locked in, or you had like 6 feet social distancing or whatever. And now that that's well over, and they're back into the world, they truly just do not understand what is socially appropriate.
Ugh.
Um, the
6 feet
example,
still.
yeah, 6 feet and inside voice. Inside voice. Please only
Yeah.
scream if you
Yeah.
are you need a spotter, you've dropped your weights, you've hurt yourself, or you're truly in danger. Right? Beyond that, please don't
Yeah.
scream. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not okay. I saw the
They're right
content
there
creator.
in front of you.
Mhm. The content, I was waiting for you to say this because the content creator that I was watching was talking about how they conduct themselves in the movies. And like
Mm-hmm.
parents will take their younger generations or like the Gen Alphas to the movies, and they will end up just yelling and screaming during the movies, or constantly talking, or constantly on their phones. Or someone took a picture where they were like sitting in the high row, and they took a picture down of 2 rows below them. 2 kids were doing like their schoolwork, their remote schoolwork. So full ass, bright ass laptop
In
while
the
watching the
theater?
movie. Uh huh. And so the conversation was that they only knew or got exposed to the excitement of going to the movies. They only knew that from the COVID times when everything was streaming. There was no movie theaters. Movie theaters were hit some of the hardest industries, right? Because they couldn't be open, right? And so the question is one, where's their parents, right? Or what are their parents teaching them about what is socially appropriate? And two, is this how you act at home? Like, are you yelling and screaming at
Yeah.
home? Because if you want to do that at home, that's fine. You got a pause button. You didn't pay $20 just to get your ass in there before the $20 popcorn and the $5 bottle of water, or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, right? I'm real spoiled because our theater here in town is only like $9 for me and $7 for my fiance who's military. So I'm very spoiled. I'm very lucky, and I'm aware of that, right? I will support my local theater for as long as I
All the
can to
time.
keep those prices, right? But I don't understand. Like, why would you think that you can hoot and holler during the movie? And to be clear, just to be extra super crispy clear, right? it's not like you're watching that one scene in a movie. Like for me, it was Avengers Endgame
Right.
when Steve Rogers like catches the hammer, right? Thor's
Yeah.
hammer.
And you're like,
That, yeah, totally socially
yes, have that
appropriate.
excitement. Yes.
Yeah, because the rest of the theater is doing it. If you're over here bitching at your friend because I don't know, she stole your fucking labubu, get the shit out of here. Get out of here.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
please, that's not what the movie theater's for. And then, in continuation of people don't know how to conduct themselves in social spaces, right? Specific to the movie theater, someone said, like, if you cough more than 2 times, you need to excuse yourself from the theater. And I was like,
Mm.
I don't really agree
Because
with that.
you could be choking on water.
hmm Or a popcorn kernel got stuck and you're
Yes.
trying to flush it down. Like, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not going that extreme.
Yeah, I'm not
Although
that.
if you know you're that sick, like if you're genuinely sick,
Yes, you're
like
sick.
stay the fuck home, right? But like there's a balance, and I just don't
Yeah.
know what's happening right now with the younger generation. And in fairness, it is bleeding into like the millennial generation too, because we're the ones now that have the kids, right? And so at a certain point, you feed reaction, right? So if you took your kid and their friends to the movie theaters and they're yip yapping back and forth, you're eventually going to react to that, and then someone else's parents going to react to that. Now you got a whole fucking brawl
Hmm.
in the movie theaters, right? So I just don't know what it takes, what it's going to take for people to remember there is a certain way that we should be conducting ourselves in social situations.
Yeah, the shared
Accidents
spaces.
happens, yeah, but like there's still a you have to be courteous to the other people and the surroundings that you're in, um
Exactly.
and handle one-offs as you would. Like I've got no problem. Again, I'm aware that I pay cheaper prices than the average AMC, right? But I have no problem walking out of that theater. If I can't conduct myself in whatever way, I'll go pay for the movie again. If I wanted to see it one time, I probably want to see it another.
Yeah, I've seen people, like I didn't even notice it, but apparently there was somebody that had a cell phone, and this guy went up to her and was like, "Can you stop using your cell phone because that's very distracting?"
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh, okay." I mean, there was a time I went to the movies with my friend, and somebody was sitting in our seat. And I kindly was like, "Oh, hey, I think you," no, I didn't say I think, I was like, "Oh, you're in our seat." And I was even asked my friend, I was like, "Did I check the seat right on our ticket?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is where we're supposed to be." The lady was just like, "This is my seat." I was just like, "What does your seat say?" This is mine. And I was just like, mm-mm. So I was just like, you know what? I went to the manager. The person got the manager for me, and the manager kicked her out of the seat. Because I'm like, no, we're not, no, you don't get your way today.
No.
This is a battle that's worth it today for me. But again, I'm not gonna fight people in public. I'm not gonna get banned from going to the movies or being somewhere, go to jail.
Yeah, I'm going to follow the socially appropriate way to handle things. If someone's in
Yes.
my seat, it's the same on an airplane, dude. Well, Angela and I just had this conversation the other day about people who will throw a tizzy because they have sat down in a seat that they know is not theirs, be it if it's one over or several rows over, right? They'll sit down in the seat and then they will fight tooth and nail when the actual person who paid for that seat or owner of
Yeah.
that seat, right, shows up, fight tooth and nail to say, well, there's other seats sit elsewhere.
Oh,
No,
you sit
there are other
elsewhere.
seats. Yeah, exactly. You sit elsewhere.
I booked this seat months ago, picked it, and said, "This is the seat I want."
Hmm.
Paid for it. There was a time that I sat in someone's seat by accident. It was like I knew that it was the exit row, and I was like, I knew it was the window of the aisle, and I just sat. I thought that, this one was it. And
Yeah.
I sat, and the guy comes up, he's like, "Oh, you're in my seat." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have mixed it. I'm sitting over there." And he's like, "Oh, I'll sit there." I was like, "Nope, nope, this is your seat. I will swap because that is my seat." And I know he was happy because he had the whole row to himself when he switched, and I had somebody sitting next to me. And so I know he was oh, I'm so happy she didn't because he probably would have been like, "Nah, I said I would switch and
Yeah.
she didn't," and I'm just like, "Nope, this is," I was like, "I apologize." He was like, "Oh no, it's okay. That was a easy mistake, not a reason to get upset." But like you said, it is the people that when you sit there, and they're like, "No, it's mine." No, it's not. No, I am one that I will not switch seats for a kid either.
Hmm.
Nope. You should have booked another flight. If you knew you couldn't get your family together and you wanted them together, you should have looked at a different flight.
Hmm.
If all the seats were boop, 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 nope, another flight. This is a luxury, not a guarantee. It's not something that you have to do. Flying is a luxury. And so my luxury is choosing the seat that I got. Or cash at me right now $500 and I
Yeah.
will swap seats with you. Sure
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
I will pull up my QR code. Send me my money and
Yeah.
I will happily switch. And even if it's a middle seat, $500.
Yeah. It's so interesting because, and now for the most part, I've experienced parents who have been very respectful, or guardians, parental figures,
Mhm.
whatever the case may be, who have been very respectful. Um, and have said like, will you switch or whatever, or the airline has already stepped in because they identified it sometime during boarding, right? But I have seen on social media, of course, the worst of the worst cases, the ones that do tend to go viral because they are the worst of the
Yeah.
worst, where it's a parent absolutely getting to the point of they're almost going to be on the no-fly list because they can't get their kid together. Maybe their kid's in the seat in front of them or whatever. I think I don't know what I don't know, and I don't know if kids have special needs or certain humans have special needs, right?
Hmm.
You can't, and not a human parent here, but if you're sitting in this row and your kid's sitting in this row, you can't manage that. I feel like you can manage that instead of potentially getting yourself on the no-fly list, right? Like
Yeah.
there's a way to handle
You're gonna
that, and I
sit. You're
just
gonna sit here. I'm sitting here, or book another flight.
hmm hmm
Sit next to each other. Book another flight.
hmm
Don't sit here and make your what does that mean? Your lack of urgency or something is not my whatever it is. The little Brian. Do you know from Family Guy? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where he's like, your lack of planning does not constitute my emergency. That's what it is. Yes.
some wise words coming out of Family Guy.
I'm telling you, that's the show. They know what they're talking about.
I
Yeah,
guess.
because it's like, will you switch seats? It's like, no, I won't switch seats. Your lack of planning does not constitute my emergency. Like I'm like waiting for the day because I will not. I
Hmm.
won't. I won't blindly swap seats because it has happened to my sister where someone has like sat in her seat and she's like, "No, you're sitting in a middle seat. I'm sitting in the aisle. No,
You
I would
know.
not swap seats with you. You sit there if it's not." And then the whole time she's having this conversation with this person, their family sitting right behind them, like, "Oh yeah, he's with us. Okay, well he could be with you over there in the seat
Yeah.
that y'all knew he had from the start." Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
people just don't know how to respect the personal public space, right? It's like,
Yeah.
yes, it's public space, but until I'm done with it, it's my space.
Yeah. If I paid for it, with airlines forcing me to buy a seat for me only, currently
Mm-hmm.
airlines only give me the privilege of boarding the fucking plane, right? So if I took the extra initiative to pay for a fucking seat, I want that seat. I might be reasonable that
Mm-hmm.
day. I might be generous that day. I might have some circumstances that come up that I might be willing to trade. But you ask that question nicely, gently, kindly, not assume and then make it to your point everyone else's problem. I guess
Yeah, it's not because it's not. Yeah, I definitely because when I go on flights, I pay like even like Frontier, which I'm like, "Bleh," but
yeah.
I paid extra for a specific seat up in front with like the extra leg room, all of
Hmm.
that. So then when they're like, "Does anybody want to switch seats?" No, unless they have a better seat than I do. No, and I know someone with a better seat isn't asking to switch a seat.
I don't know.
So yeah, when they're like, "Any volunteers to swap?" Nope. Not me,
Mm-mm.
because you're not gonna give me a credit. They're not gonna pay me.
No, I don't
No,
get
I'm
an
not that
extra
kind.
alcoholic drink. I don't get a full meal. Like, see you later, bye.
Right. Yeah. And or they might be like, "Oh, thanks for swapping. We'll give you some cookies." I don't want your funky cookies. I'll get some good ones when I get to a store where I'm going. No.
More than likely, I already overpaid for the gigantic cookies in the airport, so that way I didn't have to eat the tiny little cookies on the plane.
Right. Got that Chex Mix that's $10. And so airports and movie theaters are like overpriced for sure.
It is a convenience
For
fee.
sure.
I was having this conversation with
Yeah.
someone else the other day, not just specific to airport, airplane, and movie theaters, but some things in our society that there's no way it costs that to produce. So it absolutely still has convenience fee on it.
Hmm.
I can't remember what the thing was. I think one of them was like hoses of some kind, like hoses for all you people who remember when vacuums had bags or had like canisters, right? That before the days of the Dysons, right? You had the little hoses that you had to replace to suck the stuff up into the bag or into the big canister, right? And so we were talking about hoses. That piece of plastic doesn't cost no $40 to replicate,
Hmm.
right? It didn't cost $40 to stock it on Amazon and to pay the stockist fee or the warehouse fee so it can be 2 day prime. It didn't. So it's a convenience fee. Same with
Oh yeah.
same with like well, I mean we can go even super basic. Bath towels, to be clear, I know that there are some like really nice luxury plush bath towels, and I know that there are some like more thin bath towels that are just meant to get the job done. You can't tell me one bath towel costs $40. The cotton doesn't cost $40. We've been making these bath towels the same fucking ways for well before since I was born, right? So
Yeah.
you can't tell me these things don't have unnecessary markup on them. And I get it, you've got to pay for overhead, right? I want to justify it. I'm a business minded person. I want to justify it, but then I'm like, no, no, this pair of underwear doesn't cost $30 for three pieces of string. Sorry about you. Like
Yeah.
there's no way. There's no
Yeah.
way. I don't care what brand you put on it. Not worth it.
Yeah. Mine is chopped vegetables in the grocery store. That's so convenience fee. You get
Mhm.
less amount, but because it's chopped for you, it's
Mhm.
extra. And sometimes there are times that I'm like, I will admit I will pay a convenience fee. I'm like, I know it's extra and I'm gonna pay it because I don't want to do it. I'm paying, I sure will. But then there are sometimes I'm like, oh, my favorite convenience fee is when you like go online to pay a bill and they're like $1.99 convenience fee. Who's convenience? Who's convenience? Because I'm helping you by not putting it in the mail,
Mhm.
putting it on stamp. Somebody has to open it, put it, type it in, take it to the bank. Who's convenient? I'm paying for me to be less convenient for you.
Mhm.
Wait, did I say that wrong? I feel like I said that wrong. But you get what I'm saying.
I know
Like
what you're saying.
I'm paying $1.99 to do this fast pay, and now I've made it more convenient for you, so I got to pay an extra fee because I'm costing you less labor.
Mhm.
That it
Mm.
never makes sense to me.
No, just call it
Never.
what it is. Call it the transaction fee that you as the merchant has to pay because someone paid for the card. Just call it what it is. We're still going to pay it because I still like the convenience of not having to send in a piece of mail and worry about like
Yeah.
did it get lost in the mail, right? Just call it what it is. It is a transaction fee. Fine. You're trying to offset your overhead. I get it. I understand. I'm
Don't
more
lie.
willing to pay it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like the times where they're like, "Oh, it's an extra something fee like if you go out to eat or something." I'm like, "Just raise all the prices $1. We'll pay it." Stop adding all these stupid fees. Just
Yeah.
add $1 to everything, and people just like, oh, it's $1 extra, but we'll pay it.
Yeah.
I'm like, do it incognito.
Hmm.
Don't just don't lie about
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. Because we're going to catch on. We're a smart society. And
uh,
also, now with social media, we know how to collaborate. We know how to get all the information out there to one
yeah,
another, even if we don't live in the same place. So just bundle it all together. Give us an itemized breakdown of what it is, and let's go. Basically, what the airlines went through I don't know, was that 10 years ago when like transparency was a thing, right? It still is a thing, but we've just bastardized it even more because now we pay for seats and the luxury of having 2 extra inches because they
Right.
keep squishing the planes, and now the convenience of having chargers on a plane. And which, listen, I love a charger on a plane.
Hey,
Love a charger on a plane.
hey, keep that charger there. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm like, okay, because I looked at one flight, it's like, oh, the price is 450 for the very budget one where it's like no refunds, all of that. And by the time you go, well, dang, I want to pick this seat and I want the one that I guess flexible because just in
Hmm.
case I need to
Just in case.
change it, right? It's like, all right, all of this. Now you're like, oh, $900. All these extra fees. Like, where'd that come from? I was like, ugh. But they're like, oh, well, because they know either people will choose the 451 and then be like, oh, something happened. They'll just have that money,
Hmm.
right? Or people will go, nope, I need the flexibility and choose the higher one.
Yeah. I'm convinced in that vein, I'm convinced that people are like, or that the corporations are like, you know what? We can get them 2 times over because they'll buy that 450 budget. You don't get any refund options other than when they show up, the day they show up. They're going to spend the premium, the not only the upgrade cost, right? But then the extra premium that they add on for doing it same day as flight. So now
Mm-hmm.
you're into 2 of my paychecks. So
Yeah.
what is that? And they know, and people will do it. I've done it similarly in the past, back when I was flying a lot more for work and like I had a corporate card. I did it a couple times where I was just like, no, this meeting went terrible. I am exhausted. Just put me on the fucking plane. Put me on the plane first and let me just tune out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my theory on these budget ones, plus the whole like marketing aspect of it, right? They want to advertise rates as low as Southwest. I'm mad at you,
Oh,
Southwest. You do
them.
this every Tuesday or Thursday or
$89,
Wednesday.
$69.
I get a text message every week. One way fares to Las Vegas, $89. Not from where I'm at. Not from where I'm at. Not from
Lying.
any of the 3 major airports around me. Never is it $89. And I get the free
Never.
bag because I have the card. So like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the LA to Vegas route, which is good for you people who fly LA to Vegas, but I've yet
What
to
about
see an
me?
$89 fare. Yeah, yeah.
Same, never. Every time I look at Southwest, it's always, oh, 350 one way. One way?
One way.
One way Southwest? No, no. Get out of my phone. Delete app.
My aunt was showing me a screenshot from way back, right? Sometime in the last 10 years, where she was like, hey, look at this. Remember when we used to go to Vegas for like $289 round trip? And I was like, no,
Ugh,
no, I don't,
like
because
that
I
was the
haven't seen those
thing.
prices in ages.
I know. It's like prices used to be like that. And now it's like, oh, you're like, oh, $400 for a ticket. That's good. Is it? Is it?
Can we get
Yeah.
these jet fuel prices down, please? Gas prices down, please.
Yeah,
Or
it's
stop punishing Las
crazy.
Vegas. I'm going to get my soapbox here. I feel like my city is getting punished for something because I get distance, I get weight balance, I get crew. Again, I'm a business minded person. I want to justify it. I want to see it, right? I don't understand why I can fly from where I'm at here in Indiana to Denver for like a fraction of the price, but that extra like hour flight to Las Vegas, no way. Nope, 3 times the charge. What is that about? Why are you punishing my city for? Why
Yeah,
is it that I can
it is
fly from my
crazy.
state to California and it is technically cheaper than going to Las Vegas and no layovers? Why are you punishing my city?
Yeah. And it's crazy because like I've like said so many times to people, like just not like Vegas or anything, but people that are like, "Oh, I'm going to take a trip to Miami." Why? The flight there, you're booking for $800. Go to Paris. Book a flight for 900 bucks, $1,000. Go to Paris. Why Miami? It's like, because some people will be like, oh, I'm gonna go here, but the prices for the ticket, well, then go out of the country. If it's that, because that's my opinion. If the price is that much, I need to be going out of the country, not domestic for that amount. And you always will fill the planes up. They're always booked and packed
Mhm.
because there are less flights now. So it's not like we have to keep up with all these flights. But
Yeah.
yeah, I tell you, corporate, what is
Or
it? Capitalism, that's the word. Oh,
Diva,
everybody
we
just wants to
have
be.
a question in the chat that is maybe not directly related to what we're talking about, but maybe
Okay.
they want a little more information. Um, they would like to know if you have a mini mic, if you want to maybe share some information about your mini mic here, and then also, can you hold that in your hand? I'm not sure if they're trying to see the size of it, or maybe they're looking for similar ones
Um,
for their own podcast.
yeah, I don't know the name of it. There's no name on it. I
Cute.
literally just went to, what did I go to? Amazon, because that's where I shop 95% of the time. Even though I digress, I have not shopped at Amazon for like a month because I was like, no, I don't want that bill for a little while. Let me save me some money. But now I'm shopping because Prime around Prime Day is when my annual bill is due. So I'm like, well, let me just add some more stuff to that bill. But I digress because I can't talk in a straight line. But so I don't know what brand it is, but basically I plugged the little, I'm not gonna unplug it because then you won't be able to hear me very well. But I plugged the little bass part in there, and then it came with two. So I thought that was cool because then if I am talking to somebody else, they can use it too. And then it charges here, or this charges as well, and you could just put it in here for everything to charge
Cute.
up. So I hope that answered your question. Besides the fact that I don't know the brand, it just says wireless on the back. It probably was a no name brand because kind of like what you were talking about earlier with the markup for stuff. Just because it's a brand, it's like, oh, I mean, think about it. If Apple made this, it would be $495
I wonder.
for the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah, it would. It would. And then you'd have to get Apple Care, and then it'd be $200 to replace it on top of your Apple Care. Actually,
Yeah,
that brings me. If our viewer is still there who was interested about the mic, let us know if that answered your question. If not, we'll of course circle back. But you mentioned Apple, so I saw an interesting thread the other day that
hmm
were people talking about like, y'all, what phones are we buying now? Because we're not buying Apple anymore. And
yeah,
so that question devolved into, well, the question was like, who Apple's leadership supported the current administration, and so it was their way of boycotting. Which to each their own, right? I am a big believer of put your money where your mouth is. So cool, right? But the question then became, who else do you buy? Because as someone who's I used to be anti iOS, and then once I got on iOS, I was like, oh holy shit, this is actually really great, right? So the question is like, all right, how long do we make our gear last, right? How long can this phone go? How long can these AirPods go? How long can the watch go before you're like, crap, I gotta get a new device.
yeah. But then it's hard too because every corporation, you really don't know their true intentions. They could be supporting and and you don't know, right? You can have different leaders in the corporation supporting different opposite things, but they're like minded in the fact that they're like, we need to make money. So we're going to put politics aside. So it's like, yeah, the top person, the one that represents the company is the one that's supporting, but then it's like everybody else that works there, they may not be necessarily. They're just there to get their paycheck and make their money, like most of us. And it's hard. I was actually talking to somebody about that the other day too, because I was like, at some point, oh, it's about to do the like I'm
Puzzle
talking.
piece.
There we go. I'm back. Ah. So it's like because people are like, well, you need to. Their just reaction is shop small business. And it's like, well, one, you can't do that with a phone. And what if both phone companies? Because it's basically Android, iOS, right? Yeah. So it's like, what if both of them support what you disagree with? You're just gonna have a phone? Oh, they're like, oh, I'll just get a Google phone. I don't know, but still, um, but it's like a lot of times they're like, don't shop at Target. I'll use Target as an example. Don't go to
Mhm.
Target. Do small business. Well, guess what? What do you do the research on that small business and see what they support and what they do?
That's a fair point.
Not necessarily, right? That you people don't necessarily do all of that. And the other day, I was trying to be that, oh, I won't shop at Target. I'll join the whole thing. I understand why people don't shop at Target. I'm not ignorant of the situation. I know. But I went to 3 stores to find what I needed, and none of those stores had what I needed. And I said, there's a Target right there, and gas is $4.59. I am not driving to another store. Went to Target. Not only did they have it, it was on sale. I said, well, if that ain't a sign that I needed to be at Target to get what I need while I was here, and so I'm sure there are people who's like, why did you go there? Because what I needed was not at the other stores. And then somebody else was like, you should have researched where you're going. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to have to go online. If I'm, first of all, I have self diagnosed ADHD. If I start searching on the computer or searching on my phone to say, do these stores have this? The next thing you know, I'm on Amazon looking for something that I'm just like, ooh, add to cart, save that for later. And then I'm like, ooh, let me watch TikToks. And then I'm like, ooh, let me do this. Oh, let me send somebody a text message. I forgot to send that. Oh, let me do that. Now I'm checking my email. And then 3 hours later, I'm like, oh man, I was supposed to see if this and I needed it for tomorrow. And now it's 10 o'clock and the stores are closed.
Store's closed and I can't
Right.
DoorDash it. Yeah.
Exactly. So when I'm focused and it's like, oh, I need to do this and I'm getting in the car to go do it, I got to do it. I can't be on my phone researching and doing all this. That's like when I'm prepping for our podcast.
Mhm.
Girl, I'll like start writing something down. I'll look at my phone because I got notes on my phone. 30 minutes later, I'm like, girl, you got your iPad in your hand. You supposed to be I'm telling you. So it's like you don't have the people that are telling you all of this stuff from afar. They're not there with you in the moment all the time to and just like you said, put your money where your mouth is, but there's all of these factors, you have to consider. And no matter what, it's all capitalism and everybody wants to make money. And so unless you're truly doing a lot of research of, okay, this company is this, and if I'm going to go do this small business, then and then even then I'm not saying that small businesses aren't great, because I've shopped from small businesses,
Mhm.
but there are times where it may take so long to get something, because they're a smaller business. It takes like 3 weeks. Amazon 2 days, right? So you also got to think of, are you trying to get something specific that's not a rush, all of that. So I tell you, shopping, trying to please people. In the end, it's about your personal. And I just believe that as long as you're a kind person and you're not intentionally like out to hurt people, just live your best life. And if you have to go shop at Target, to make your life easier for that day, but you're not out there, treating people bad and saying, oh, you don't deserve to have a job because of you're a woman or your skin color, then hey, let, go to Target.
Yeah. There's a way to make that small business choice in another situation.
Yeah,
Um it
because there are times I'll choose it for something else.
exactly. Exactly.
So it's not like I'm going to there every Friday, like, oh, it's my Target day.
That's my Amazon days. My Amazon days are Fridays. I'm like, oh, what do I need to
What
get
can I
through the
get?
weekend?
Because if somebody tells me, oh, we not doing Amazon anymore, I'm like, nope, nope, nope,
The
nope.
convenience is wonderful. And my fiance, if he watches this episode, he will immediately mutter that convenience is killing us as a society. And to an extent, he is right.
Depends on
However,
what it is.
yes, it depends on the situation, depends on what it is. It depends on how far I want to go with things
Yeah,
in terms of convenience, right? Like convenience as a whole is not necessarily bad. We do, as a society, we do tend to leverage it more than sometimes we should.
yeah,
I'm the first one to say that. Um, but but also, if we threw out all of our conveniences tomorrow, we would unfortunately pitch a lot of folks into being unemployed,
Jobless. Yeah,
impacting the
exactly.
economy. Like if Amazon closed up tomorrow and said, you know what, we got a conscience now. We agree that convenience is killing us, and so we are completely discontinuing our 2 day program. Amazon stock would go down, I'm sure. Um, Jobs would go down, right? Jobs are already going down because they have the like pick and pack robots that pull the items for you, right, to bag them or to
Yeah.
box them. Um, like and that use that example and continue it with the Kohl's, the Targets, the Walmarts, the other platforms. I'm sure even TikTok Shop has that to an extent because TikTok Shop apparently ships very fast. I learned that the other day from my aunt. She ordered something from TikTok Shop and it shipped
Oh,
faster
really? I
than
haven't been
Amazon.
brave enough to do that one yet.
Me either.
Okay, if you do it first, let me know.
Everyone who's bought off TikTok Shop, sound off in the chat in the comments
Yeah, let
here
us
what your
know.
experience has been.
What did you buy? How long did it take? Like all the details.
Was it worth it? Was
Like,
it what the whoever influenced you? Was it what whoever influenced you asked for? Or what was
yeah.
it as advertised? Because if I see this Medicube volufiline stick one more effing time in my For You page,
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
seen that.
ban the tick. Oh my god. It knows that I'm getting these little crow's feet and these little laugh lines or whatever. And it's like, oh, you're old and you're ugly. Put this on your
You're
face, right?
not.
So
You liar.
I'm telling you, that's what the algorithm thinks. The algorithm's like, oh, you are old and ugly. Here's this thing that will magically fix your face. And also, they must be incentivizing TikTok content creators to push that. They must get a good rate of return.
It could be.
Could
It could
be.
be that. Just like, oh, she clicked on one thing that was similar. Probably because your makeup. I think
Could
that's
be.
why. It's relating it to the makeup. It's
Could
not
be.
you're old and ugly. It's because you
Because
wear makeup and you like makeup. So it's like, hey,
here's a makeup adjacent thing. I talk about
yes.
Marvel on my channel, so can someone just like send me Sebastian Stan from TikTok Shop? Because that'd be great.
That then you would have to tell me how that worked out. Yes.
I'll make
Yes.
three whole podcasts of this is how I got Sebastian Stan in a mystery box. Oh my god. My
Yes.
fiance's gonna kill me when he watches this episode. Holy shit.
Hey, it is all good. If you have eyes. Hello.
He's off the market now anyway. We have this conversation. Last thing I will say, and then we can get into our games because we are on a time crunch. So I have this thing where like everyone has their celebrity crush. We kind of talked about this. We alluded to this in a previous podcast, right? My thing with celebrity crushes is once they're married or in like a really committed relationship, they're off the list because it takes it puts the ick on it, right? Like you don't want to be
Yeah.
like, ooh, this. I'm trying to think who is on the list. John Hamm, right? Ooh,
Hmm.
John Hamm. Well, John Hamm's married now. That's weird.
You're like,
If you have,
oh,
yeah, like it's weird to be like he's on the. That's
yeah,
just disrespectful, right? So I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they was like, "Yeah, who's on your list?" And I was like, honestly, it's pretty small these days. It just got smaller because Sebastian Stan's having a baby with his like longtime girlfriend, right? So like he's off the list. And they were like, "Oh, but I thought it was only if they were married." And I was like, "No, it's kind of the same. Once you have a kid,
yeah,
move on, right? Like you've got other bigger priorities, right?" Talking as if there was at all any probability here, right? But like it takes the fun out of it. And then someone was like, why do you do this to yourself? Like it's just a joke. I'm like, yeah, but there has to be some moral guidance in the joke.
yeah. It's gotta be. Yeah, I get you. It's gotta have something.
Yeah.
Gotta have something. Boundaries, boundaries.
Boundaries. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'll
Yes.
I'll talk to you one personal offline. I'll text it to you after this so that you know, like,
Okay.
it's funny. I don't want people to be like, I want them to be like, what you talking about? Like none of your business. KJ gets to know, not you.
Fine.
But it'll be funny.
Okay.
All right. So are we just gonna do five each?
We could do five each, sure. Or you could do
Or do
five
you
and I
have
can
time?
do survive the letter, whatever you want to do. I prepared everything,
Oh,
but
okay. Yeah, so survive the ladder and then I'll do five would you rathers. That works.
okay. How many survival ladders do you want me to do? Two, three?
2.
Two. Got it. Okay. Survive the ladder, girly drinks edition. This is the second time we're doing this. Different
Ooh.
drinks on here, some different drinks on here. So,
Okay.
just as a reminder for our
Margarita.
viewers, survive the ladder. I will give Diva two options. She has to pick from one of the two options, and that will continue to go down until she has to pick which one lives forever. So,
Mhm,
here
mhm,
we
mhm.
go. Starting off strong, a lemon drop or a strawberry margarita?
Strawberry margarita.
A strawberry margarita or dirty Shirley?
I don't even know what a Dirty Shirley is. Strawberry margarita.
Strawberry margarita or frozen daiquiri?
Strawberry margarita. Frozen daiquiri sometimes too cold.
Strawberry margarita or espresso martini?
Mm, Strawberry daiquiri. I like the ones with the cream of the espresso martini. I forget what those are called.
I
It's not as
don't know.
black.
I'll have to check it out one of
I
our
have to
days.
look it
Wait, is
up.
that a white Russian?
No, I'll have to look it up because I ordered a lot of them on the last cruise I was on. Not this one, but the one before.
Got it. Okay.
Hmm.
Strawberry margarita or mojito?
Strawberry margarita. The only mojito I've ever had that I really liked was when I was in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Okay.
I know I'm not supposed to
Strawberry.
give explanations, but I'm doing it anyway.
That's okay. It's our podcast. We do whatever the hell we want. Strawberry margarita or peach Bellini?
Ooh, peach Bellini.
Peach Bellini
Yeah.
or crown apple margarita?
Oh, crown apple margarita.
So one drink survives forever. Which was it?
Oh, it's the crown apple margarita. That's my new favorite drink right now.
I'm excited to go to
Yeah.
Vegas and experience that with you and have Aunt Debbie experience that with us together.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, my last survive the ladder that I have for you. This is Life Essentials edition. I realize Life Essentials means a lot of things to a lot of people. This is just what we think are life essentials in this particular context. All right,
Okay.
so starting off strong, air conditioning or Wi-Fi?
Ooh, AC.
AC or GPS?
AC.
AC or DoorDash?
AC. Living in Florida,
AC.
AC.
AC or a dishwasher?
Ooh, no. So when I first got my very first apartment, it did not have a dishwasher. And after that, every place I lived in, I was like, is it a dishwasher? Does it have a dishwasher? AC though.
All right. AC or a washer
Yeah.
and dryer, like the set.
Ugh, AC.
AC or cell phone.
Ugh, AC.
All right.
Like if I
AC,
have, I'm just thinking about not having AC right now.
it would be rough.
I'll be miserable.
You'd have to move somewhere else.
Yeah. I would
All
like
right.
forget it.
AC or a car.
Ugh, a car with AC.
I just sleep in a car at night. All right. What survived the ladder Life Essentials edition?
AC for real. Cause oh my
AC.
gosh. I think I would have to have it. Yeah, I know I would. Cause I have been without AC in the summertime and it's miserable.
I agree. I've not had it in Florida. I've not had
Yeah.
AC, or I've not had no AC in Florida. I have had no AC here in Indiana, and I am a big baby. What's funny is I grew up without AC. Like we had a tri-level house, so technically three stories, but like one's kind of like a half basement, half like den, whatever.
Okay.
There's one window unit, and that certainly didn't get to all three
Mm,
levels, right?
just
So like
whatever
I didn't
room.
yeah, I didn't grow up with central air. So I thought it'd be okay. And now I have lived in a house that has had central air for 16 years. And now I'm like, oh, nope, nope, I can't do it. I am screwed when
Nope.
the apocalypse gets here because I like my AC, I like my cell phone, I like my Wi-Fi. I also like my
Yeah.
navigation too.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, forget it. I'm not gonna even try to survive. Take me out. Why would I want to survive this?
So I have
All
no
right.
functional benefit here.
You're right. There's no reason to be here anymore. What's the point? All right. So my would you rather's are about fashion.
Okay.
Fashion. Okay. So would you rather um have the perfect pair of jeans or the perfect shoes?
Jeans.
Okay. Would you rather wear a ball gown for your daily errands or pajamas to a formal event?
Ball gown for my daily errands. That would be fun.
I could see you doing that too.
Yeah.
Would you rather um, only have fashion options from the 80s or every week is a random decade, but you don't know what the decade they're going to choose for you?
Woof. I could probably make the random decade work. Not super well in some of the decades, but my fiance is really big into like 20s, 30s, and 40s clothes. So worst case scenario, I just raid his closet.
Okay. Would you rather wear a Wonder Woman or Gamora outfit on a date?
Gamora would fuck someone up because if you showed up to a date like a blind date with green paint everywhere, right, and the black and the red hair, and just that like stank face that Gamora has, I mean, yeah, that'd be a sight to see. So absolutely Gamora.
Yeah, I do remember that you were Wonder Woman for Halloween one year or a
I
costume party or
was
something.
I was Captain Carter or Peggy Carter from
Oh, it was
Marvel
Captain
and
Carver. The
and
colors. Nope.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, they're
I
both
see it.
similar colors. Yeah,
Nope, I see it. I see the colors and I lied. Just joking. I was
it's
testing to see if you remembered.
all good.
Would you rather wear socks with sandals or Crocs with a formal dress?
You know, you could get away with Crocs in a formal dress if it's long enough. If it's floor length, ain't no one seeing those Crocs. So I guess I'm going to
Okay.
say Crocs, and that would be my first time wearing Crocs.
You're like, I don't do that. What are
No,
those?
what are those?
And then last one, I think this is six. I lost count, but this is my last one. And I have a follow-up question with it.
Okay,
Would you rather work out in jeans or high heels?
jeans. My jeans are pretty stretchy.
Okay. And then what workout would you do in jeans?
Because my jeans are pretty stretchy, I could get away with pretty much everything, right? I could technically get away with a leg day. Um, but I would go palazzo jeans, not skinny jeans, because they already got all the breathing room and they're basically like
Mm,
flare pants anyway. Um, Heels would just fuck you up, right? Like you couldn't lift anything, you couldn't do any leg work,
mm-hmm.
right? Because you wouldn't have the stability, or you just wouldn't have the stability, and also you couldn't use any of the machines. So like a leg press or a pendulum swing, you would not have secure
Yeah.
um pendulum squat. I said pendulum swing, sorry. You wouldn't have the security to be able to do that. Of course, I would say that, and now my feed's going to be filled with people who go to the gym and
Like
wear.
I do arm day. Like sit down arm day.
Yeah. I mean, there's benefit to that, though. I mean, especially when, like us, we work remote. If we could do sit down arm day in between, feel it'd be
Have had
jacked.
arms, but give me some weights.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, woohoo. So today we talked about personal space and how it's important to have our personal space, even in public areas, convenience of life. It's so funny that your climb ladder related to what we ended up talking about too. That was like so perfect.
Yeah.
And then airplane seating and just being respectful of everybody's space and just all of that. And Bucky, Winter Soldier, if you are watching this, even though you are off Katie's list, she would still appreciate you being mailed to her. She'll send you back because you got a baby coming.
I will
So
send you back to Annabelle Wallace because I don't want any smoke from Grace Shelby. Okay. No smoke from
just
a
wants to
Peaky
say
Blinders.
hi. Just wants to say hi and talk to you about Marvel and all her theories and all of
Yeah.
that. So
Tell me how it's going becoming Harvey Dent from DC. I might have to become a DC fan now because he's going over there.
Ah, so many people are switching and just like, boop, bye.
Contracts are up. They can't be a same character forever. I've
Um,
had a huge discussion with that, but that's besides the point. That's for another episode of the Two Gals
hey,
podcast.
yes, because we got some movies coming up about superheroes, so we'll definitely talk about that. So when are we back, KJ?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the Two Gals podcast is back next Tuesday the 30th, 7 p.m. here on TikTok. Not our usual day, but you're going to love it anyway. In
Yeah,
between now and Tuesday the 30th, if you want more Two Gals podcast, you can find the replay of it anyway. In
yeah,
between now and Tuesday the 30th, if you want more Two Gals podcast, you can find the replay on our YouTube channel. That is at Two Gals Pod, Pod. If you want more content from Diva, relatable, non-niche content, you can find her on TikTok here at _Diva show and on Instagram at _Diva show. And then you could find all things Marvel theories for myself on YouTube and TikTok. Both handles are KJ certified.
he's
I haven't
here or she's
you
here.
you would think I've edited all of our podcast replays and I still don't know what side of the fence we actually end up on. So
Just like she's either here or here. It's
I
all gravy. We have fun. That's all that matters. We
yes.
are friends enjoying our chit chats in real time. Boom. So, thank you so much, KJ. Love you
Of
bunches.
course.
And I also have to FaceTime you another day because we have to prep a video that we're going to do because we're going to see Backstreet Boys in less than 30 days. So we'll talk about that and all that too.
I was gonna say we may make that FaceTime this week because I was literally just doing laundry to pack for
Okay.
that trip and plan. So if you have time this week, maybe let's do that this week. And then if there's something
Okay.
I'm missing for the packing, then I have time to order it and we can redo that
Okay.
specific spot.
Ooh,
Then I have time to order it and we can redo that
okay.
specific spot.
Ooh, we can talk and pack together. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Off. Haha, you guys, sorry, off podcast stuff because we're friends in real life.
That's right.
So maybe we'll talk about it later and be like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what we talked about, but maybe not. But I'll send you a text in a moment as well because I'll pick up my phone, start doing something, and completely forget, and then 3 days later, be like, oh, I was supposed to send you this message.
To that end, I was supposed to send you your box of Vegas goodies, which I hope that you are able to get some content out of when you open that box. I tried to pack it in a way that would be content friendly. But anyway, I was supposed to send that
Oh,
to you yesterday when I sent you the tracking item. I did not remember to literally putting in my AirPods for the podcast that I did not go to the mail today. So it'll be in the mail tomorrow. It'll be to your house sometime,
hey,
probably there by Saturday.
it's all gravy. It's no rush. Got a month. So I will talk to you later.
All right.
Stay awesome.
Bye.
Bye.